Hey everyone, in this video we're gonna be learning how to install a virtual machine on a Windows laptop. I would like to just give a brief on what is a virtual machine. Basically, a virtual machine is a computer in itself that you provision on your personal computer. It uses the resources from your own laptop, something like say you have a 16 GB of memory in your computer. You shell out 8 GB of memory for the virtual machine. Maybe you give 50 GB of hard space on the hard disk, and you give 4 cores out of your 16 cores in your laptop. So basically it has its own configurations, and you can run any operating system on it and use it, and it's like it's a different computer. So we would be referring to the article that is on the screen right now, and I'll be sharing the link of this article if anyone wants to refer this. Now, the first part is we would need to install a virtual box, and these are the specifications that we need on your Windows laptop. It should be Windows 10 or greater. Processor should be greater than 2 gigahertz dual core, 8 GB memory, and 500 or more than that storage. And you need a good internet connection because some downloads would be larger in size and might take some time to download. So first thing, we would go to the we would go and download the virtual box. This is the link for the virtual box. We are going to click on Windows hosts, and then it's a direct installation process. You just need to click on next and install the virtual box. I have already installed the virtual box, so I will not be doing that again. But if anyone faces any issue while downloading the virtual box, yeah, please let me know. After this, we would need to download the Linux operating system. Linux has a lot of flavors to it, but we are going to be using Ubuntu for our virtual machine. We'll click on the link here, Ubuntu download. Download the long-term support version, which has 5 years of security and maintenance updates. Now, after that, let's open up our virtual box. Okay. Now we would click on machine, add a new machine, name it as Ubuntu VM, Ubuntu virtual machine. You can name it something else as well, but it should signify what the machine is about. The type of Linux, we'll have a Linux type, and it'll be an Ubuntu version, 64-bit. Let's go to next here. This is the part where you provision the hardware on your virtual machine. As I said in the starting of the video, let's give it 8 GB of RAM. We'll give out of 16 CPUs, I'll give it 4. Let's go to next. We'll give 50 GB here as the virtual hard disk. Do not click on any of the options here. Okay, good. This is the summary, and I would like you guys to just go over this summary once. The important part here is that we are using 4 processors, 8 GB of RAM, and 50 GB of um, disk space. Let's click on finish. So after you click on finish, you should be able to see the Ubuntu virtual machine, the details about the machine, and on the left side you would see the machine that you just have created. Now the step is to upload the Ubuntu file that we downloaded. We would go to settings. We would go to storage. We would click on empty, and you have a blue disk icon here. We would click on that, choose a disk file, and then it will show me the file that we downloaded. We will click that, open. This is the location, so we're all good. Okay. Now we will again go to settings, click on display. You'll have something called as video memory here. We would slide it to the maximum. This is important so that your virtual machine has enough resources for the visuals. You click on OK. Okay, now this sounds good. Now we have to install Ubuntu. Click on the start arrow. This is going to say try or install Ubuntu. You can move with your arrow keys, and we would select the try or install Ubuntu. Those of you who see this error, it's nothing to be worried about. Just just keep it. Just let it get it. Let the Ubuntu system get installed. You don't have to press any keys or do anything here. This will take a few minutes. So while this is installing, you could just move the video 1 minute or 2 minutes. You could just fast forward it, or you could just uh, do something in your background, do complete your work. Let's enter this. Next, just clear this. Yeah. Next, we click on English US. Next, and install Ubuntu, not try Ubuntu. We'll do the interactive installation. Default selection. This is not necessary. We would click on erase disk and install Ubuntu. So don't worry that this might, if you think that this might erase the data on your personal computer, don't worry about it. This is just about the virtual machine. Virtual machine is a computer on its own. So erase disk and install Ubuntu. Click on next. Create my account. Adit. Enter a password. So this is the password for your virtual machine. It can be the same as your personal computer or it can be different because these are two different computers in theory. Next. We are in the New York City time zone, Eastern time zone, so we are good. Review the choices. All right. Now majority of our installation is done. This might take around 10 minutes. So would recommend you skip the video for 5 minutes and then watch it if it's still not installed. So after this, we are almost done. There's just one step remaining. So yeah, while this happens, just enjoy the slideshow. Okay, now finally, after all that slideshows, our installation is complete. Let's click on restart now. Let the system reboot and do its work. When we see the screen, we have not installed any installation medium, so we can just press enter. Let's log in. Okay, we are at our. We have successfully installed Ubuntu on our Windows on our virtual machine. So next, you can choose either of that. I would just say no, and then finish. It would also ask you to get Ubuntu Pro, but we can skip that. We don't need that right now. If you want it, you can always get that later on. So we have successfully installed Ubuntu on our Windows laptop.